Hi there, Taurus, and welcome back to Feathered Serpent Tarot. I am so happy to be here. I'm having so much fun with this. Thank you for stopping by again, and thank you for your comments, your likes, your subscribes. My daughter and I just started this channel just a week ago, and we're having so much fun with it. And it's nice to see how many people are enjoying the videos and I hope that you will continue to enjoy them as I make them. I also wanted to mention that I will be in Mexico soon. I'll be giving readings from Mexico, pardon me, as well as doing some video journaling of my research into the Mayan triple goddess Ixchel. So if that sort of thing interests you, I hope you'll tune in and check it out. I'm very excited to learn more after a few trips that I've had recently to that area. So at any rate, why don't we get started with your reading, Taurus? This is all about your focus for the full moon. So it's just a quick little reading, and I've tried to make it a little faster by already having shuffled and laid out the cards. I have to say that overall, the sort of um, general feeling that I get from this is that it's finally we're getting somewhere kind of feel for you for this full moon. And this full moon is really supposed to be a lot of fun for everybody. So make sure that you're, enjoying yourself. Make the space and the time to really have some fun because this will be, a time when we can all kind of let our hair down a little bit. So basically what I've done for this spread is a 3-card spread. The first card being the central general focus for the full moon for you, and then a specific angle on relationships, and then another angle on your professional life. So let's get started. The first central general focus is the lovers. So it's not a big surprise that relationships may be a fairly significant focus for you. And it makes sense in the grand scheme of things of what's been laid out. And I'll get to that. But because it's kind of a two-parter for you. So in terms of the lovers, I'm not seeing anywhere reflected in this reading that there could be a third party. So let's just get that out of the way. So what else does the Lovers card mean? Well, it's a deep, deep, loving connection with someone else. It's one where you feel like you complete one another, and it can also challenge you in ways that, because of that deep knowing, the commonalities, the ability to be vulnerable. Sometimes it makes us defensive. And we may be blocking ourselves because intimacy is scary. So try to remember that really love and fear are kind of two sides of the same coin. But when you're in fear, you don't feel all the good stuff. So while it's always good to stand your ground for things that you truly believe in, when it comes to love, it really is about dropping our defenses and letting it go and surrendering to it. This card is quite beautiful in the way that, this embrace between them is so loving and cherished. They're so into each other. So, you can't do that when you've got sticks in your hands. You know, these are not the same thing. So when you feel like this, try to remember this and stay there. So moving right along, let's just skip right to the relationships and pretend that it's something different than what these two cards have already said. You have the Ace of Swords. So there's a lot of truth. This is a wonderful card. This is actually one of my favorite in this deck. It's so majestic. And so maybe you're having difficulties accepting the truth of how much you love somebody. Look at that. The lovers. The lovers. You know, it's like there's nothing else. Really, this is all that's important, is this. So for whatever that means to you, I'm just going to leave it right there. On the professional side, things couldn't be better. Like, they really couldn't be better. And I think that's where this other little spread that I've created with the Lenormand deck, it's basically just a 3-card pairing thing that I'm experimenting with. So I think that the rest of the story professionally comes from there. So in this deck, they call it brooms, but it's the whip and stork. So for those of you familiar with the Lenormand deck, I'm just getting started. So, but they're really, really insightful little cards. And essentially, the whip or brooms is arguments or separation of some kind. And the stork represents change. And then for the environment in which this particular dynamic is playing itself out is fish. So fish is business enterprises, it's importing, exporting, that kind of thing, the ocean even. There could be travel involved in this. So when you pair these cards together, the kind of story that emerges is that there's some troublesome circumstances. All of a sudden, there's this bam, there's this huge change. And there's some business conflicts around it. But then immediately following it is growth in business. So then looking at what we have in the 3-card spread, for your professional life, you have the Sun with the 4 of Wands. So it sounds to me as though professionally you may have just gone through, you know, all of these shakeups that people are feeling. This could be happening, you know, in your professional sphere, playing out somehow in your professional sphere. So it seems as though you've probably left something that really was wrong for you. And now because of that, you've moved into exactly the right place. So it's one of those kind of things. You had to go through something that was, like it doesn't feel right. Like it's just like awkward, and it's someplace you don't want to be anymore. So, boom, you're out. That's better. Finally, you know, because the surrounding energies for the full moon focus is the 10 of Cups. So this would be emotional fulfillment. on all levels. So you've got your love story happening. It's zipping right along just fine, thanks very much. And with Venus moving into your sign, like seriously, this is what it's all about. And then you've got sunshine and the Four of Wands, a partner that, you know, maybe you can actually be deeply in love with, have your professional life all lined up, and now you get to make everything happen. You know, this is with the Ten of Chalices. Everything is so lining up for you. So there you have it. Happy full moon, Taurus. Enjoy it.